Hey folks, Corey here with Fist and Stone Wargaming. Welcome to the Stone Path. In this video, I'll share with you how I base miniatures with an ashen desert theme. Armageddon and its ash wastes are my inspiration for this basing scheme. So fittingly, I'm going to use the Armageddon Steel Legion as a demonstration model. For supplies, we're going to use Armageddon Dunes, no surprise there. Citadel texture paint and the Citadel texture tool. In addition, I'm going to add some rocks to the base using a product called Talus from Woodland Scenics. These are nice small rocks. I've taken them out of the bag and put them in some zipper bags for easier storage. For these smaller bases, I'm going to use the medium gray size, but the coarse gray might be good for scenery or some other larger basing schemes. You see here, it's just a good look at what they look like. So we'll dump some of the medium gray out just so it's ready to go. And also grab some super glue. And now let's get down and get some of the texture paint on the base. So following what GW recommends here, just grab a scoop with the large side of the texture tool, apply some of it to the base. Make sure you get enough on there to work with, but be careful not to get it too close to the feet of your model in this case. I'll also put some down on the back. So you get a nice amount on, and then once that's on, we'll flip the tool around and use the smaller side to get in nice and tight to the feet of the model, trying not to get really a whole lot on the boots. It's okay if you get a little bit on here, but for this particular scheme, preference is to keep them as you've painted them. Once you've got enough on there, we're going to use the small end of the tool to make a bit of a hole. This hole will be where we're going to drop the rocks in. So we'll grab some of the thick super glue here, put a drop on, and then we'll grab a few rocks. These rocks serve to help break up the base a little bit, add a little bit of variety and visual interest. I'm just using my fingers here. Some of you like to use tweezers, or you can use the texture tool to help move these around. Once your rocks are placed, grab the short end of the texture tool and start manipulating the texture back into place to make the rocks look like they're naturally sitting there and the sand is built up. You can do the same thing on the back if you like. So here it is with some rocks on there, and now we have to let it dry. I let this dry overnight, but it probably only needs about an hour or so to really fully set up, depending on how thick you apply it. At this point in time, I like to reposition the model on the Citadel handle here. I take the spring-loaded gripper off and grab some poster tack or blue tack, put it right over the screw top, and then secure the model by sticking it down onto the poster tack. This gives me clean access to the entire edge of the base for final finishings. Up next, I grab a hobby knife just to clean up the edge using the bevel that's there. This is in case any of the basing texture paint starts to slide down the side so that we can get a smooth finish on the base. Now on to shading. Quick and dirty, Nuln Oil and a medium shade brush, and just soak the whole base with this shade. Again, be careful not to get any on the boots or any of the model you've already painted using the larger brush here. It's okay to outline the boots. It gives a nice good line between the model and the sand, but you don't really want to get any on the boots. And once you've got it fully saturated, time to let it dry for another 45 minutes or so. Now that it's dry, next step is going to be the dry brush. I'm going to use the Citadel's Terminatus Stone dry paint and an older medium dry brush here. Get some on your brush and work it into a paper towel. Get most of it off. And then begin to lightly run the brush over the texture that's been created. And again, you're going to put this over both the rocks and the Armageddon Dunes. Be very light here. You can always add more, make additional passes till you get the color saturation that you want with the dry brush. That's a nice thing about dry brush. You can just build the color up as you go. Dry brushing is now complete, and there's just one thing left to do, and that's paint the rim of the base. I prefer to use black for the rims of my bases. I like to think of the bases as a frame. So the black paint provides a nice smooth frame here. I am using this pretty well thinned down, so you're going to need to apply two coats here to get a really smooth finish. And on to the second coat. The second coat, I usually like to pick a starting point. I picked this guy's front left foot. That way I know where to go when I finish up. And there's the finished model. Here's the entire squad all finished. 10 men with bases fully done. A nice, clean, simple, effective base is important. Gives you a good frame and a good cohesiveness for your army. Well, I hope there was something in that video that you found useful for your future hobby projects. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like down below. Also, please subscribe. Click the little bell icon for notifications on future videos that I post. If you're interested in checking out some more videos right now, click on one of the links that's on the screen. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Stone Path.